Oh, shit. Okay, here we are. Hi everyone. My name's Krimrocker. I'm here on my YouTube channel with games playing in the background. Yeah, I know, shocking.
That's my gameplay footage, by the way.
Yep, that's
because
Rick's gameplay footage.
This fucker can't use the DVR like I can.
I can't, cause I can't record worth shit. Anyway, we got ourselves our motley crew here. We've got Rick. We have Liam. He's very tired right now.
Yes, I am.
We have Bruno.
Hey everyone.
And GM's here, but he's doing his own thing. But let's not like beat around the bush. We all know why we're here.
We're here for death.
We're here. Well, that's a short way of saying it. We're here to give a summary since the season has basically came to its end. We're here to give a summary of Rocker Entertainment Season 1. Now, as many of you all saw in the description on the public playlist of Season 1, I called it the subpar beginnings of Rocker Entertainment. And for good reason. Overall, let's get everyone else's feelings about Season 1 before we really dive in deep. Whoever wants to go first, go ahead.
You might want to save me for last, because I might do a bit more of an essay, rather than
Bruno, do you want to...
opinion.
Bruno, how do you feel about Season 1?
Not good.
We have a not good...
Liam, how do you feel about Season 1?
You want my blunt, honest answer?
Yeah.
I hate to be this guy, but kind of sucked.
Good, and it kind of sucked, and
GM... sucked. GM, do you want to give your opinion on Rocker Entertainment Season 1?
It was just all over the place.
So we have a not that good, kind of sucked, and all over the place.
Rick, let's hear it.
Okay, so short synopsis of Rocker Entertainment. Hello, everyone. My name is Rick C, and I'm gonna analyze, obviously, because I'm very good at grammar. Season 1 of Rocker Entertainment, as I have the playlist pulled up right here. I'm not gonna go through every episode. Don't worry, Liam. I know you want to go to bed.
I do.
I don't blame you. But
man needs to sleep.
So, Rock Entertainment began with Krim doing the CAA European Open Challenge stuff. It started with FJA, and then Krim fought a mystery opponent who... Hold up, who is this again?
It was Sly Cooper.
Oh, yeah, my boy. I love Sly Cooper. Sly Cooper... And then there was Patrick, and then Danny.
Patrick!
And then we had another mystery opponent.
We had Angel de la Muerte.
Oh, yeah, from Saints Row. Which I'm pretty sure that just
we had a six-pack challenge featuring a topic that we will dive in more deeper later on.
Yes, we have, let's see, Tristan, Rain. Who the fuck is this guy? Oh,
it's a bunch of people.
Oh, that's R.S. Williams. My bad.
Yeah.
R.S. Williams. Then there's I think that's Marcelo. Is that Marcelo?
Yeah, it most likely is.
He's got a red bandana on. You can't see the screen right now because it's just odd. Yes, it is Marcelo. And then there was my boy JC Carnage coming out with the Crystal Pepsi.
JC Carnage in his Pepsi blue shirt. Let's go.
Long live Pepsi. And then there was Krim, and I know that you and JC Carnage had a bit of an altercation because of a very intense tic-tac-toe game.
That's right. That was, we were...
Tic-tac-toe game.
We were very furious at each other, and we came to a draw. That's right, we came to a draw in tic-tac-toe. I know, that's very surprising.
God.
10 hours later.
So, yeah, basically it was all a bunch of, it started out as just Krim doing CAA Open challenges. Then there was... I think him versus...
I fought Cronin Cash on the 7th one. We don't talk about the 8th one.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either, quite frankly.
No, there was the 9th one. Who did I fight in the 9th one? Someone. I fought someone. Someone.
Okay.
I can't.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's too much digging for me. Then there was 10.
Number 10 was Dipper Pines, and honestly, I don't like that match as much as I used to.
Oh, probably because it's a bit of like just a bad feeling you have. And then there was Matt Thunder. Hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Shout out to Matt. Dangerously.
Matt, where's UCCW? I need my UCCW.
We need it.
We need it. Anyway, then you fought Tommy Vercetti, and then that's where it started.
That was the end of it.
That was the end of it. Now, first of all, why did you end the CAA Open challenges again?
I ended them because Liam brought up to me a good point. He brought up the point that it would go less from me, like, in like putting talent like on a bigger pedestal, to it just ended up looking like I would be winning all the time with no real special feeling to it.
You know, I totally get that, and I know you meant well, but eventually something like this is going to run its course. So it was nice to end it on number 12.
There were a lot of good intentions in the open challenges, but some of them just weren't good enough.
But hey, you ended it on a Vice City street fight, which was pretty good.
I ended it on a Vice City street fight, and I really like it. Made me appreciate more of Tommy Vercetti.
Exactly.
Now that ended the era where we didn't really know what was going on with.
And then it kind of began the era of, we started doing. It became more of a brand after that.
It became more of a let's do random stuff. Case in point, when the first match that wasn't an open challenge was a Xander Davis match.
And that's where we're going to leave it off. I feel like that's the best place to leave it off.
The best place to leave it off. And then Tommy Vercetti came back.
And he beat up Fishy Boopkins.
And he beat up the fan.
Then there was Killbane and Tristan.
Which I liked that match for personal reasons.
I thought it was a pretty alright match myself. I'm not gonna lie.
And Ricochet versus Walter happened. I hate that match. I hate that match for no reason.
Ricochet and Walter! No, don't you mean Gunther? Because the winner of the match is Gunther!
The winner of the match is Gunther!
I think this is what we needed, is to have a little bit more levity in this fucking match. In this video.
Don't you mean Rico COVID? I said, don't you mean Rico COVID?
Rico COVID?
He's off to spring break. He's off to spread it with his girlfriend Cassie to spring break.
I
don't even know what you said, Bruno, but we're moving on anyway. And then there was a handicap match between.
There was a handicap match, which was honestly, this one was just for shits and giggles.
Poor Darkwing, bro. Y'all fucked my boy.
I feel so bad for Darkwing.
And then you had the audacity to call this the Dream Team. Like, bitch, there's already a Dream Team in the CLON.
Oh, here we go. Guys, there's a Dream Team in the CLON. There can't be more than one.
Yes, there can't be more than one with the name The Dream Team.
Well, maybe if one of them decided to come out of retirement.
Krim, I think we might have been mistaken because there was a one loser. One shot. I think is this meant to be?
There's a one. It's where we crown the first loser belt loser, and it was in build to the Super Show, which we'll get to momentarily. The winner of that match was Rain Allen, of course. Would go on to fight me and someone else. The loser was Ricochet, and then Grim came out to taunt him.
Oh.
And Ricochet beat him up, and then he would appear a few more times.
Then we
address that issue.
And then we had TRG versus Cassius Ono of the Society of Complete Equality, and there you have.
Yeah, that's another issue.
Which again we're gonna address all these issues.
Which again we will get to, I promise.
But I'm just going through a short synopsis, and then there was Shota Todoroki and Seth Rollins, which you
one of my favorite matches.
Except the ending.
Apart from the ending.
The ending never. Now, where ghosts attacked Shoto.
Well, yeah, that's
Seth
right.
Rollins did a ritual and summoned ghosts.
Let's get to the meat here. Now, this next video, you all may remember this match was a part of the Super Show. And you may be asking, where's the rest of the Super Show? It doesn't exist anymore.
Yes.
Gone. Got rid of it. The show was terrible. behind the scenes, it's awful. In its appearance, it's awful. A little bit of a fun fact for all of you.
This is literally,
as you know, around the time I was gonna get the Super Show put together, considering I didn't have the right editing stuff at the time, and I would just upload it from Share Factory. Rick was gonna help me. However, by the time this was out, Rick had some personal issues going on, so I couldn't.
Let me put it bluntly to y'all. I was perpetually depressed and didn't want to work on call.
Yeah, that's. I
mean, I don't sound the part, but deep in my heart, I'm dead inside.
So the Super Show ended up being a 10-hour-long show that was put throughout all day, like every day, like all the entire day. And every match except Heather defending her RCCW title against Aerith is officially non-canon. So nothing else ever happened. The show was just a dumpster.
In a sense, we have completely retconned the I say we because I'm a part of the Rocker Entertainment booking team here.
Yeah.
By proxy, so was Liam, and GM and Bruno are just here. Hi guys.
They're here, yeah.
And then of course you had to have the draw on Rocker Entertainment, my boy Lincoln Loud.
I feel like Liam was about to say something. Liam, were you about to say something?
Lincoln being the only draw is kind of
Yeah, okay.
Okay, look, not
I had to rebound
draw,
from the Super Show.
He was the draw. And
fun fact, I thought the Super Show was that bad that I dialed up Rick and asked if I could have Lincoln defend the belt.
Which, of course, me and Krim being as tight as we are, I told him, go right ahead, man. And Krim obviously wanted to lend a hand in building up Beach Blast, which I appreciate.
And as we know, Lincoln fought Aaron Yeager. In my personal and the rest of the Clon's opinion, the best one of the two of the best matches in Rocker Entertainment Season 1.
I love how it ends. It ends with "and still Lincoln wins." Lol.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes, production.
And the most popular video on Krim's channel right now, 288 views.
That's right, most popular video. Still getting views as well.
Lincoln Loud is... If this doesn't prove that Lincoln Loud is the draw, then I don't know what will. Anyway. By the way, GM, when you do the promo package, which, by the way, yes, GM is doing a promo package for Beach Blast, and I'm sorry to make it about myself, but please include some Rocker Entertainment footage in that, because we got to show Krim off.
Alright, can do. Just message me the ones you want.
And then we immediately go back and down into the shithole when we have Team Taz show up.
Oh boy.
Legend has it, we hired a fake actor to play Hook while Kerpal beat him up.
Yeah.
Now, some of y'all are probably going to ask, why the fuck did you have Hook get beat up? Well, this was before Hook had officially made his debut and was a total badass.
But we didn't entirely know what we were doing.
Basically.
But Hook now is highly... We love Hook in the Clon.
As we move on from that, we're going to arguably my favorite part of Season 1, crowning our Extreme Champion. The first video had Ed versus Cassius Ohno.
Who took Darby Allin's spot, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Cassius Ohno took Darby Allin's spot. We ain't seen Darby Allin since. More on that later. And Sean Smith fought Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin.
And they were really good matches. The next match, however, Brian Myers won a Falls Count Anywhere match. And he moved on to face whoever won the next match. But before we had to take a break, so that way we could shill more RCCW, of course.
Yeah! And only
because Rick C brought the fun to Rocker Entertainment, and he sure as hell did. And now since I'm remembering it, one of my 3 favorite matches in Rick C versus Joker from Persona, Akira Kurusu. Because the edits in that match were entirely done raw.
And I got to beat up an anime character.
And Rick got to beat up an anime character, so this is a massive win.
I see this as an absolute W.
And not even just that, but my favorite part of the whole thing was where by the moment when Lincoln came out and Rick immediately booted him, we had to cut away so that way none of you could see it.
So that way, nobody knows what happened. Which maybe we'll release a video.
Maybe we'll find out what happened afterwards. Maybe we won't know. Who knows?
And then we had a tables match between Eddie Kingston and Matt Cardona.
It was a tables fight, as the description so lovely put it.
Exactly.
A tables.
Matt Cardona, who, yes, the industry were in fact douchebags of Rocker Entertainment season, because they almost hijacked the entire tournament.
But I remember John Moxley was supposed to be in this match, but this was at a time when Moxley was in rehab, so we decided,
we were wishing him the best luck, and he has, in fact, gotten the best luck.
And he's getting his match at the main event, as we all know.
At the main event, yep, that's right.
The main event.
Which is, oddly enough, the start of Season 2. But speaking of screwing over the entire tournament, Myers and Cardona would have what people are ironically saying is the greatest match in Rocker Entertainment history.
Where
they would have a rematch at There Is No Show.
Where a dance battle ensued.
Which arguably is superior to the first.
But you're only saying that because there was a dance battle in there.
I mean, dance battles and wrestling go together. Am I right or am I right?
Exactly. I know Jim Cornette would disagree, but anyway.
Anyway, Sean Smith fought Cassius Ohno. Forgive me, I almost said Chris Hero. Then we moved on to the first mini-sode, actually, which involved more shrilling of Beach Blast.
Oh, and Darby Allin attacking Cassius Ohno.
Yep, that's right. Oh yeah, wait, we did see Darby Allin there. Where Bart Simpson fought Captain Jack Sparrow.
I got a jar of dirt. I got a jar of dirt.
And
guess what this is? We need to see more Jack Sparrow. I want to see more Jack Sparrow in Rock Entertainment.
You will see more of Captain Jack, but he made his debut in.
We love you, Johnny Depp.
Fighting Bart Simpson because Bart was on a bit of a proving grounds mission to his dear old dad.
Something of a legend killer.
Yeah, and Xander Davis fought Gabriel Perez, who made his return since the BCW show on the CWA channel, the Kick R channel. And Grimm got beat up, which is nothing new. We haven't talked about it.
Randy Carter debuted on Rock Entertainment and beat up.
Oh yeah, right. He beat up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Gunslinger.
Right.
We all love the gunslinger in this house.
You already know.
And my third favorite match out of everything is here. Matt Cardona and Sean Smith.
Which they had a brawl to end the episode. The mini-sode.
Yeah, they had a brawl to end the mini-sode. And then we got to the bloodiest match in Rocker Entertainment history.
Basically,
arguably, maybe even took the spot in bloodiest match in CLON history, but that could just be me.
Now, because this very much has, you could honestly compare this to when I did Raffazo versus Lincoln for Moore's channel back in...
Or on Cash Grab when CDD fought Nate Virginia.
Or that, which I will let it be known that I did top that, and I'm going to post that match. Because I showed you that, Krim. I showed a lot of people that match.
But honestly, Sean Smith and Cardona versus Matt Cardona showed me just how good the industry was doing and just how great that the Grandview Gang's always done. But it also was because I gave Sean the belt because out of everyone in the CLON, I feel Sean has not been able to get anything, and that sucked.
Honestly, like,
and I just thought that sucked for Sean's character.
As the fact that I love Sean Smith, he's one of my favorite OCs to play, to portray. I was extremely happy to finally get Sean. Now, at the time, I do believe this was still regarded as a mid-card belt.
I think there was a world title planned, yes. There was an entirely different world title, but then we chalked it up for the Extreme title to be the world title, taking the idea from wrestling stage creator.
I was about to say, basically just pulling in a WSC and making the Extreme title the main title, because honestly, that's kind of the point of Rock Entertainment. It's meant to be, extreme fun and all that.
Yeah, Rocker Entertainment is fun. That's
honestly,
what it's always been.
Plus, the story Sean Smith had in this, overcoming Ono, while Cardona had basically the easy run.
Cardona had the easy way out.
So it was a good feel-good moment, I like to believe. At least for me.
While we're on that, we took a break from the zaniness of Rocker Entertainment to show off our friend Francisco's show, UCW, which is on Wattpad. As Johnny Cage fought former champion Wario.
Former, because if you saw Heaven or Hell, Elias Sampson would walk away with it.
Elias Sampson is the current champion, yes.
Shout out to Francisco and UCW. Check them out on DeviantArt.
Shout out to him for even thinking of the idea.
Yeah, that was entirely his idea to have Elias win the belt.
And then No Fucks Given happened, and honestly, this was the decline.
The turning point.
This was the turning point of everything.
We went from okay to meh to better to
back down. It's like if you're playing Getting Over It, and you got to a high point, only to slip and then be sent all the way back down.
Like, and one more remark. The moment I saw that, I read a message from Krim on the parts, and it said, and he once said that part 3 will come whenever, and I had that feeling. That text gave me the feeling that, man, this
you could feel like I didn't fully give up yet, because Dipper fought Grimm, in which, yes, Dipper did go on excursion to Rocker Entertainment for a bit. Dipper could come back, who knows. TRG and Ono 2 happened. There's a match I skipped, and we'll talk about that. Then the third encounter or the second encounter between the Young Bucks and SpongeBob and Patrick. I like that match.
Well, naturally, it's Young Bucks and the Good Goobers. How could you not?
Yes, and the Good Goobers.
Which one of these days, I do want to run this feud back and maybe give the Bucks their win. Good
Goobers.
Maybe one day, who knows? The Young Bucks are, in fact...
The Bucks, man, I'll address this in my own video at some point, but the Bucks have been done dirty by SpongeBob and Patrick. Not SpongeBob and Patrick's fault, but like...
Dude,
yeah.
Hold on. You're talking. I'm not gonna get into it if it's not the purpose of the video, but the entire elite's been done dirty in various places.
Which, by the way, I will invite you guys on for that as well. We'll record that another night.
But continue, Krim. I'm sorry for.
So No Fucks Given was really the start, but I still had a bit of motivation. We move on to the minisode Strong Style Blues, which I fucking love that name.
Which is a great name, but the opening contest is basically TRG coming in here to whoop Ricochet's ass.
Yeah, the TRG debuts his new look and obliterates Ricochet.
Naturally.
Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, almost forgot. Cassius Ohno tore apart Ricochet on No Fucks Given. We forgot about that.
Yeah, and after all that, Ricochet finally fucked off.
Yeah, we haven't seen Ricochet since, so bye-bye, Rick.
Yeah, we will get back to that later, but then Nakamura versus Elias Sampson happened. And Grant Bowman cost Nakamura, which sparks a feud which is leading to some... I can't say that now.
Into the main event, obviously.
Which is leading into their no-holds-barred match, of course, as you all saw on the match card.
Anyway,
then we move on to the Megasode.
We are getting very close to the end here, thank goodness.
We're getting very close to the end. I understand if some people...
Why the fuck was Brandon Cutler here?
To get beat up by Randy Carter. We love our guns.
Because Liam wanted him to get beat up by Randy Carter.
No, Krim said...
Yes, Liam picked out Randy Carter's jobber matches.
Yes, I did.
So Randy Carter basically squashes Brandon Cutler, obviously. Shut up, Brandon.
And Xander fought Darkwing.
And then also backstage, you were attacked in your office by your opponent at the main event, Cronin Cash.
Opponent at the main event, Cronin Cash, yes. Because we like to hold grudges in this house. So.
Very much so.
Part 2, on the other hand, Tommy Miles fought Tristan Valkyrie and brutalized the shit out of him.
Tommy Miles is a nasty motherfucker. Let's just put it bluntly.
Tommy Miles is a nasty man. But in the main event, one of my 4 favorite matches, as we continue on, Eddie Checkmate defended the CWA World title for the first time in forever against Roy McAllister.
I remember somebody asked if Roy would die, and I just want to say, just because someone's small doesn't mean that they're going to immediately die when against.
Roy spent.
But yeah, that's true.
Well, Roy spent over 30 minutes with Eddie Checkmate, so I don't think he died.
Yeah.
Next, we have Luther Scott of Anarchy and the Regime fought Rain Allen to a victory. Now, I could feel people. I felt people getting confused by that decision, but clearly no one has been fully, which, not their fault to an extent, have not been fully aware of Luther Scott's backstory, as he's a great singles wrestler just as much as he is a tag team wrestler. Never heard of Humble Beginnings, people?
Cruiserweight Open. Check that out.
Cruiserweight Open. Check out CWA. Check out the old stuff. And then this is where it happened. This is it. This is where it broke me. Rain Allen versus Bobby Fish 2. This is where it broke me. I was done for. Any and all motivation that was had for Rocker Entertainment Season 1 was ruined right then and there. This match hurt on a personal level for a reason that we will in fact get back to. And in case nobody, everyone here already knew I was broke, but in case no one else really had to put the nail in the coffin, Xander destroying Tristan was really the nail in the coffin. We move on to the second mini-sode, where I finally got an editing software. And I just want to be sure, y'all still following me here?
Yes,
I'm in my own thing, but I'm here.
You got attacked by Cronin in the parking lot. We had Nate Dogg versus Hollywood Hooligan.
Me and Cronin brawled throughout most of the mini-sode. And yeah, Nate fought Hooligan.
And won.
And then the main event was the Bully and Xander defeating Sting and Darby Allin.
Why? I don't know.
It's Rocker Entertainment, that's why. In Sean Smith's first defense in the second to last match of the season, Sean Smith defended against Jeremy Agogo in a match I really like, but I wouldn't put on the bar of the 4 matches I talked about previously.
Jeremy Agogo being a status character.
Jeremy Agogo is in fact a status character. Go check out VGW. Even though it's the VGW stopped production, still around.
They've got shows like Panic at the Discord and whatnot.
Yeah, and then the third episode was where the main event was around the corner, but it was more of just everything came to a screeching halt.
And what a foreboding omen we have as Xander Davis takes on Steve Urkel in the opening.
Steve motherfucking Urkel.
Did I do that?
Squad.
Then we had Cat Noir versus Ed. Big Ed.
Big Ed, and yes. RCCW Superstar Big Ed. And it was a good match. And then right there, it was officially announced that Cat Noir would fight Aaron Yeager.
It was recently made official that it would be for the 240 championship.
And that's where season 1 leaves off.
Oh, it leaves off with Grant Bowman and Nakamura brawling, and that's where season 1 essentially...
Oh, that's where it left off. My mistake.
And that's where it essentially comes to an end. Now, only recently did Rocker Entertainment come back with its first episode.
The first episode, which oddly enough is the go-home episode. But before anything, we have addressed the Super Show is non-canon no more. No one is ever... Those videos are never going to see the light of day ever again. We're going to start off with the roster. Following people have been released from Rocker Entertainment. Tristan Valkyrie, Rain Allen, Ricochet, Cassius Ohno, Sting, Darby Allin, and that and Steve Urkel too, I guess. I don't know. Didn't really remember him. That's it. Now, that's sad news. Trust me, I know. Ain't no one gonna like that news, but I'm sorry.
To put it bluntly, as the lyrical miracle of the Call League of Nations, to put it bluntly, and this is the experience that I have had in the past with not necessarily fans, but friends. Some people in the CLON, back in the day, is that it's the feeling that you have to sacrifice your own work to appease other people. And that's kind of the feeling that I feel like Krim got. Not a lot of people took the time to understand, the method to the madness. And it shows, Krim would rather put his attention onto Luther Scott, and it doesn't feel nice when people say, oh, well, maybe so-and-so should have gotten this one. Maybe so-and-so should have done this. Like, yeah.
Like when I'm pushing the story of the Extreme Championship and everyone's saying Brian Myers should lose.
The story of the title. I'll go ahead, Liam.
I'm sorry for butting in because I feel like I have a place in this conversation.
You do. It's your
faction. The industry is your stable.
Yes.
So.
Listen, I know you on the surface. Oh, it's Brian Myers, but you guys need to try to be nice as I can. You guys need to understand that there's a plan to everything, and the way you've seen a certain character presented is sometimes not going to be the way they're presented.
Exactly.
So go ahead, my bad.
So it's all good. So I'm going to be bluntly honest because that's what Krim wants, blunt honesty. It really didn't make me the happiest person on earth hearing people feel that way.
And it also, honestly, when me and Krim were doing a little banter as JC Carnage or Jason Checkmate and himself as Krim Rocker about the the Connect 4 game, everyone was like, oh, so we don't matter? It's just silly banter. Who cares about a tic-tac-toe game? You're taking it too seriously.
I'm going to say this too, because I didn't think this had to be said, but from the vibe I'm getting, it does. Not everything needs to be serious.
That's the point.
See, that's if I can butt in here for a sec, that's the problem here. When I hear people were questioning Brian Myers, I'm like, I understand deep down there's still Kurt Hawkins, Zack Ryder, The Big Show, and Rusev. Deep down, we know that, but it's the thing we want to. We're trying to push our vision of Matt Cardona, Brian Myers, trying to push our vision of an Adam Cole, a Bobby Fish, the Young Bucks.
That's my boy right there.
And mind if I speak?
Oh, go ahead.
And at the end of the day, it's just a video game. It's not like we're gonna keep doing this forever and ever and ever. And get we all have real lives here in the CLON.
Thank you, Bruno.
God bless you, Bruno.
The thing about this whole season is, and Krim, at any time you're welcome to interrupt me if I say anything that you did not feel, but it has felt like Krim has had to put aside his own vision for Rock Entertainment and his story ideas to appease people who say, oh, well, I should get this one and I should get that. And some people, when, that's detrimental. Sometimes people have to take a loss. Like Bobby Fish taking that loss hurt Bobby Fish. If Brian Myers had taken that loss, the whole storyline would have been ruined. Like, would Sean Smith winning the title feel as important had it been just not a heel? All that heat that the industry built up in the tournament culminated and made Sean Smith look more like a hero at the end of the story. You wouldn't
because
have gotten
the industry were pulling fingers. Like Miro interfered for Brian Myers. Paul White punched out Eddie Kingston.
Exactly. And that wouldn't have felt as special for Sean Smith, who Krim wanted to build up as a de facto underdog, had that been anybody else. Maybe Ono with the Society of Complete Equality, perhaps. But that's a slim stretch, considering Ono is the weakest link, besides Ricochet.
on the live side, but everything I say here for the rest of the video and right now, I want to preface. I don't know what word to use. Preface.
Preference.
It's with respect for the people watching, because no matter what, you guys are the viewers, and you don't deserve to be sugarcoated. You deserve the honest truth. There's a reason there's a booking team. Now, I get it. I really do. I know how it feels when you have an idea and words aren't processing properly. But the point is,
I have been in their shoes.
Yes, we all have been. Me especially.
We've all been in the shoes of the person who wants their character to get pushed, they're not getting pushed, and we've been in the shoes of the booker who wants the best for everyone, but doesn't want to sacrifice their own work.
That's not what I was saying. I'm saying I've been in their shoes about being the fan brought in and being annoyed that something wasn't going my way, even though my way wouldn't have like impacted the story in a positive manner. For God's sakes, when I lost the VGW NXT Cruiserweight title to Jay-Z, I was pissed. Personally, I was, but that's back when I was like 12 and I didn't know how much wrestling was going on. This is back when I laughed at the fact that Lincoln Loud was in a ring on a video game. And then I lost to Hyperspeed Haas, and honestly, I was asking for that one. I won't deny that.
But hey, look where you are now.
Exactly. Look where that perseverance has got you. And now the thing is, when people suggest, oh, maybe like back on the whole like, oh, so and so should have lost thing, like you don't know the extent of the story. You don't have a say, unfortunately. Like, sorry to be blunt, but you don't have say. And if you don't like that,
putting together, if I may, us putting together, and some people may not get the reference. Us putting a story together is like Until Dawn and its butterfly effect. And if that butterfly effect gets broken, then there's barely, if any, time to actually fix it.
Exactly.
Like, a minor inconvenience is fine, but if something like major happens, like say hypothetically if Matt Cardona had beaten Sean Smith, that would have broken the balance of everything.
Or let me give an example. If Rain Allen, no offense to Rain Allen, had beaten Luther Scott, a character who has only gotten one win on Rocket Entertainment, beating the guy who I'm trying to build up as a psychopath, would have hurt Luther Scott immensely.
It's just bluntly put, it would have been, and I hate to be this dude, it would have been the worst possible outcome.
That's the problem.
Because, listen, alright, there are a lot of matches on Rock Entertainment that, had they gone the opposite way, again, it is what it is. I said it before. Honesty is wanted. It's what's going to get. It's what's going to be given. A lot of the matches to Rock Entertainment, had they gone the opposite way, would have damaged the show more than hurt it.
Anytime someone had said, "Oh, so and so should have beaten so and so," most likely the reverse decision would have damaged not just the show but the characters.
There's a reason I went with the decisions I went with, but upon that, i.e., the butterfly effect, Bobby Fish losing is one of the worst outcomes that could have happened.
And unfortunately, it saw the light of day.
And unfortunately, because I felt it privy that I needed to be a people pleaser rather than a storyteller, that's what happened. My ideas, my stuff that I wanted to do with Bobby Fish, like the Super Click and stuff, like, I mean, that was upended for a little bit. And it upended SWA NXT. same problems we have here is what affected SWA and NXT as well.
And it's just, there were certain ideas that, again, I'm not going to mention by name because I don't want to ruffle the wrong feathers at all, that just bluntly put either didn't fit the character or made, I'll be the one to say the first swear, made no fucking sense. At least I think of the first
Wow,
one.
I'm surprised that's the first swear.
It made no sense. And it is our job as bookers to determine if that idea makes no fucking sense. And bluntly put, a lot of them didn't. Sorry to say it.
I feel more things went wrong for me in Rock Entertainment Season 1 than they went right. Because I had so many voices in my head that it genuinely felt like I was going to explode. Throughout this entire situation, I'm going to be honest, I was getting to the point where I was getting furious. Because I've been in the middle of this depression, man. I've lost friends. I've lost friends that I used to talk to in school that I'm going to get to talk to again. But then I use this as a coping mechanism, and then this was killing me.
That's the thing about hobbies, is when it gets to this point, it becomes kill. Like, I would know. I nearly everybody here knows that I nearly walked out of call. Because I just couldn't take it, you know? When it gets to that point, maybe sometimes it's best to walk away. And
you honestly, you did walk away for a little bit. But honestly, that was just to recollect yourself. With perseverance and a break and a little bit of persistence from other.
No kidding.
From outside sources. I mean, hey, you're back.
We're all glad you're back, brother.
I appreciate you, dog.
Content like this is honestly a bit deteriorating because honestly, this was in an era where we were getting tired of 2K19.
Exactly. Burnout was immense. Like, it was a huge problem.
We had to keep up with it, and we aren't the only ones like this. I mean, like, hell, Chris Danger had to keep up the flow of 19 with PC mods. Brandon does everything.
Basically all three members of Vibe had to.
Yeah, all three members of Vibe. Murphs got tired of his universe mode, honestly. I mean, it was for other reasons, but I mean,
everybody in general in the timeline between when 19 was supposed to end through 20 and the start of 2022,
that's where I'm going to have
to step in. Burnout.
That's where I'm going to have to step in and correct you guys. Because that's not how the timeline went. When 19 was supposed to end, people gave 20 a chance. It didn't work. A good majority of the content creators, honestly, from what I've seen, enjoyed 19 on PC. It was like a long period of time of that until like near WrestleMania time in 2021 last year. That's when it started.
WrestleMania of last year is where everyone got burnt out. Like, honestly, I won't deny. Like, and Rick won't even deny it either. Like, the game just made Rick tired of wrestling in general.
For real, like, I was just sick of it.
That, and combined with Roman Reigns winning all the time. That's another thing for an entire another day.
And the goddamn motherfucker, a super elite. The super elite.
But okay, but getting back to the original topic, Rocker Entertainment was tiring because I didn't feel like I felt like I had much more fun with KWA, which is just raunchy, out-of-pocket fun, honestly. The main heel of KWA is a demon made solely out of Coca-Cola, leading the Fire Nation to try and take over KWA.
And not only that, I feel like you'll relate to this a lot, because I related to it. I've related to it for years, honestly. You felt like you lost control of your own product.
I felt like I didn't. It felt like every single thing I was doing had that Cyber Sunday touch to it. everyone else but me was being able to do these things. Like everyone else was trying to dictate their gimmicks and their stories, and I had to just sit idly by and watch as my creation is torn apart, basically.
Okay, because
and some ideas that were pitched just didn't fit the tone. You know, they weren't the main focus, and if had they gone through with it, they wouldn't have been booked, quite frankly. And that's nothing against them or their fucking gimmick. That's just like, you have to understand, you can't make someone want to book you with a new gimmick. They have to organically enjoy it and want to book it. And trying to force that upon people isn't going to help. Not to say that, you know, it was necessarily forced upon anyone. It was just, was always the assumption that it was a definite, not a okay, I'll think about it.
And Liam, were you about to make a point?
Yes, I'm gonna be real. The problem is a lot of people were pitching the same exact idea.
I mean, yes, from what I heard, it was very much that.
And that's when it becomes an issue. Because if you're pitching the same exact idea and all of them get greenlit, you're seeing the same shit, and it's gonna get repetitive.
And it's like, do you really want to see the same stuff over and over again?
And it's just, because I can understand that some of Crim's points might get misconstrued, and the words might get accidentally twisted into a different point. So I'm gonna take it upon myself to iterate what is meant. But Rick probably did a better job at that than I am, but who cares? There's no problem with having input on what you want to do with yourself as a character. There's absolutely,
should allow that.
There's absolutely no problem. But you're going to have to understand, not every idea you pitch is going to be done or going to be good.
Not everything with your character is going to be told to you. Sometimes you have to be left in that aura of mystery, because what if a big storyline is about to be told and nobody can know about it, not a soul, and we want to keep it confidential, but you happen to be a part of it in some way.
And you let it slip because, oh man, PTSD.
Boy, anyway.
Anyway,
we're not going to give Liam PTSD about that. Like, let me put it bluntly. There are some ideas that only me and Crim know about, and it's going to stay that way until they happen.
It's going to stay that way a lot. Like, no one else, confidential.
Like,
same
we have
goes for me. And
exactly. Like, some things you just want to keep confidential, and that's okay.
And onto a bigger point of mine is the characters that people had. I just didn't. I didn't like. I'd rather push a Hollywood Hooligan or a TRG, because TRG is really cool. Shout out to him. I'd rather push like a him or a Nate, a Cronin Cash, an Anarchy, a Rick Boogs or something. I don't know.
Blatantly put certain gimmicks were generic or non-existent there.
And, I don't believe Crim's at fault at all. Sometimes a character just doesn't click.
Oh.
And you can't force that. And of course, we don't want to insult anyone here, but we're trying to be as blunt as we can. Some gimmicks, let me put it bluntly, you can only do so many Finn Balor demon gimmicks before it gets tiring. You can only have that evil alter ego that you crack out when you need it the most so many times.
The reason, and I'm not trying to compare this to anything, but the reason Sunset Satan works is because there was a change needed for Sunset Shimmer, and since that happened on the show, everyone was just like, you know what, let's do it. Or well, Rick was more like, all right, let's do it.
And even then, you really don't see Sunset. She's not constantly on your screen like someone like the Fiend was when he was burying Retribution every week for some reason.
No,
Beach Blast. Beach Blast is going to be Sunset Satan's second ever appearance.
Yes.
Her last appearance was in 2020, March of 2020.
Yes.
ever since then, it's just, you've seen like Sunset twice. It's scarce that Sunset Satan shows up, but when she shows up, it's dangerous.
Exactly, and that's how you build up a heel. And maybe one of these days I'll hold like a seminar or some shit about how to tell a story or something. Because, I don't want to be that guy that says, well, the gimmick is generic and you don't know anything. I want to actually help people out with this stuff. Like, I get people, but people gotta want to improve. And, again, I must alliterate, I don't think it's Krim's fault that some of these gimmicks he just doesn't click with it, or he just doesn't have a plan. Because sometimes bookers, as a booker, because honestly, until you're a booker yourself, you won't be able to understand how a booker feels. Because sometimes a booker just doesn't want to book you. Sometimes a booker doesn't want you on the show, not against you, but because something just doesn't click. And you
don't fit into the big story that's going on.
Yeah,
whatever's about to happen with this new season of Rock Entertainment, they were just people that, and they were on the list that just didn't fit in with it.
I mean, and honestly, what would you rather do? Just stick around in a league that doesn't have any intention of booking you, or be released and let that league tell its stories while also freeing yourself of that, I don't know, burden? Not to say, you know what I mean.
I get you.
Basically freeing yourself of that worry that, oh, am I going to get jobbed out again? I feel like if you want... People have... It's hard to do when you don't have a league, but people need to think less of a gimmick and more of a character. That's what needs to be worked on, is more of. You could take inspirations from your Demon Balors and your Dark Sides, but you just can't copy the same premise. And the premise of Balor is he brings it out when he needs it the most. And if you want a Demon Balor gimmick, go on the Community Creations most recent tab and you'll see plenty of them.
Fact.
Was that a laugh or a cough?
That was a cough.
Damn, I thought I was funny.
Forgive me, you're gonna... Well, you were funny too. It was more saboteur.
I might need my ego to get stroked there.
If you want a truth bomb, even Finn Balor himself loathes doing the Demon now. It's because... And it's like... Again, I know the point's probably been beaten to death already. I'm zoned out, but some of the people who were pitching these gimmicks, I'm gonna be blunt, there was no goddamn reason why they should have one. It's why every demon gimmick works. Because almost everyone works because someone has a reason to have it. Like,
for all the non-bronies out there, Sunset Satan came from Equestria Girls, where she basically transformed into the she-demon.
Or the Fiend, that's the most common one. Honestly, I love Bray Wyatt to death, but that's kind of a blessing and a curse to wrestling. That's what started all of this.
So was basically any dark side gimmick is a blessing and a curse, because it's...
No, well, yeah.
Any new trend is picked up by the 2K gamers immediately.
Of course it is. But
12-year-olds who go on the CC and pitch for their character named Just Shane to be in the show.
Exactly. But general synopsis of Rock Entertainment Season 1 was, honestly, from my perspective, as we've gotten everyone else, is this thing is unpolished, it feels unpolished, and it feels without love, because it is genuinely without love.
A lot of the love was, sucked out of it in favor of booking the story that other people wanted rather than Krim's own story. And, that's a mistake.
All the love was sucked out, but that love was put into FXWF. So that's the only real benefit of Rock Entertainment Season 1, was it put more love into my ideas and stories for FXWF.
That just reminded me of another point I wanna make. I completely forgot about it, because like I mentioned at the top of the whatever the hell we're calling this. I'll call it a round table. At the beginning of the round table, Rick said I was tired, so I forgot the point. People, listen, we appreciate the fan interaction and all the challenges that were being made, this, that, and the other. Truly, we do. But some people need to think realistically with who they challenge. That's
you're exactly. You're not thinking of the booking logistics. Like, honestly, when you challenge a member of the regime, do you think you're going to win? Because
when you guys challenged Freddie Benson, did you genuinely think you were going to win?
The problem with it is we as bookers can't do that because we'd be butchering our own heels for the quick got you Lincoln or got you Freddie or got you Xander, when we want to build up to that moment and make it feel more special with all the heat that they have.
I wouldn't put it like that because did you think you were going to win kind of does sound kind of douchey.
I mean, it does.
Even if it wasn't intended to be that way, so I can understand people interpret it like that. But
no, I can.
What I more of mean is, with all due respect, a lot of these losses could have been avoided had you just let shit play out. Again, like I said at the top of the point, I appreciate. Everyone here, myself included.
We all appreciate a lot of the fan interaction and the fan
interactions,
support you guys show for the shows. We hope that
the challenges. And, hey, listen, I'm gonna say this now, all right, because I already know there's a. Hopefully, I'm wrong. There's a slight chance that some people might get rubbed the wrong way. And if they get rubbed the wrong way and they decide to part ways, I'm not encouraging it, but if they decide ways to part the channel, it is what it is. That's no one. I just want to make that clear because I know this whole thing. Listening to it can make people feel a little unnerved. But I want to preface this. This is the last thing I might say. I don't know. It's nobody's fault. It's nobody in particular's fault. It's nobody in particular's fault.
It's just that things don't work out, and
exactly.
And if we come off as mean or anything, we don't mean to be that way. We're just trying to be, like we said. We keep saying, blunt honesty is key, and this is how we feel. And how else can we all improve upon each other? Like how we take things if we don't be bluntly honest. And honestly, like, we do genuinely hope you guys stick around for Ruck Entertainment because a lot of the
yes, absolutely.
Like
100%.
Because we have some things that might be entertaining to you. And we want that, and I know Krim especially would love if you gave it a chance, because a lot of the stuff planned would be really cool. But, people just don't think, well, how will this they don't think of it as a booking standpoint, like, how will that affect the heel? Like, okay, maybe I do have to lose. This is honestly for the better for everyone, for Krim, for the fans, for just the overall product.
Now that we've genuinely gotten everything, we genuinely told how we feel about the circumstances of season 1. Now we can move forward to make a better story,
a better season 2.
And I'm glad.
We want to keep this motivation going, and hope that you'll stick with us through it. Now that Krim is motivated to do this more. And again,
I'm motivated for a lot of things, and I know I'm not going to be doing this forever, so.
That's just the thing. You're not going to be seeing us do this for the next 10 years. Kudos to those who can pull it off, but like someone like Krim or me, basically everyone in the CLON has aspirations outside of this, and we're going to try to do what we can in the time that we're here. But this isn't going to be a forever thing, and why would we should, I think we should take the time to think of what's best for, us. And I say that in the sense of, at the end of the day, this is Crim's show. This is RCCW's my show, or whatever project it is. It's their show, and I think they should just be allowed. We should be allowed to do what we feel is right for our own brand.
And honestly, whatever happens on the shows, you can feel however you'd like about it, but in the end, that's the story that's being told. And I mean, I don't really know what else to tell you when in that circumstance.
It's a good payoff.
Exactly.
The story gets a good payoff.
Exactly, and
yeah,
if this upsets anyone, we apologize, but know that we don't mean to be insulting. We dug this into the ground, but I don't want to. I personally want to make damn sure that nobody gets the wrong idea.
Exactly, and
that this was not meant to insult or diminish anyone. It's meant to say, how we bluntly feel, how honesty is best policy.
If anyone watching this genuinely has a problem or an issue or is misunderstood, misconstrued what all has been said here, please, you all are most likely in the Discord. Bring it up, and we'll gladly civilly talk it out. I mean, it's that simple.
Just the roster cuts. Like, I'm sorry, but my desire isn't there. Like, maybe in the future, maybe in the long future, but right now it's not.
And truthfully, if you think about it, what would you rather sit on a roster and not be used, or just be outright told you're going to be let go and you can focus on maybe going
real quick,
doing more work on your character, or maybe I don't know,
but
not having to worry so much about what's going to happen with my character here and there. That's honestly part of me, because the idea that you got to get signed somewhere else is just kind of silly.
There's always time if you genuinely want to put in the time and effort. There's always going to be a place to go.
It's just that right now, Rock Entertainment is not that place.
Rock Entertainment is only serving for specifics.
But I just want to make this clear. We've been alluding to this, but we haven't really said it. If anyone watching this tries to, I don't know, start anything, it won't. I hate to use this word, but it won't be entertained. That's all I want to say.
People,
I would hope not.
That people understand, this is a situation where I hate to bring up mental health. Say, it sounds like a pity party, but no, it is about Crim's mental health. He wants to be happy with what he's doing, and he can't be happy if he constantly feels held down. And I know no fans, nobody has intentionally tried to hold Crim back, but that's just how Crim has felt. And Crim, in order to feel better, in order to basically refresh, wants to start a new season when he has the best opportunity to freshly start. He wants to start it with people he knows for a fact, without a shadow of a doubt, he's going to prominently book. And unfortunately, the people who have been released, the Tristans and the Reigns, aren't going to be prominently booked this season. And that's nothing against them. Nothing at all against them. But it's just how it is. This has nothing to do about, we're against so-and-so. It's just that plans change. Sometimes you just don't have plans for someone, and that's okay.
I personally have no problems with Tristan and Reign. I genuinely don't.
Here has any problems with them, honestly.
No.
And I'd like to believe nobody here has problems with them. We're just trying to be bluntly honest.
Exactly. I know some things and some phrases, sentences have been said here can be misconstrued, and that's why I wanted to put it out there that if anyone is confused or has any complaints, to Discord, we encourage it. Use it.
Or if you don't feel comfortable out in public, you can DM myself or Krim or even Liam or someone and ask about this.
Yeah,
if you need more, if you're confused about something, then we'll be blunt with you.
Exactly, because bluntly put, bro, we've dealt with drama before, and be real, we're not fucking dealing with it again.
I really don't want to deal with any more drama.
Exactly. We've dealt with big drama
life's
for
too
years,
short.
and it's not happening. So
life is way too short.
Exactly.
Life's too short, and we ain't trying to hold grudges.
Well, and plus, like we said, we're not going to be here forever. So while we're here, we might as well be as drama-free as possible for the rest of the run.
Exactly.
Does that wrap it up, or are we missing anything?
Yeah, that about wraps it up.
I think that about wraps it up.
I think that should do it.
We've addressed
Whoever decided to stick around for this entire... How long is this?
I don't fucking know. We'll check once.
Rick doesn't know because he's the one recording this, but...
I feel like it's gone on for about, maybe 45 minutes.
Yeah. About 45 minutes.
It's at least nearly
somewhere around that. You should be able to look in, the corner of OBS and see it.
Just a summary. Rock Entertainment Season 1 was a rock slide.
Oh, it's about an hour and 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, it's a rock slide, honestly. And we're going to probably need to record some extra footage in order to keep people sufficed with looking at something. Yeah, don't worry. So, like I said, everyone who decided to stick around this long, I thank you, and I hope you understand exactly what's gonna go down for Rock Entertainment. And
I think you meant thank you.
Jeez, thank you.
See,
thank you.
That's what I enjoy.
I want to thank y'all, and just know that Season 2 is starting off strong with the Go Home show, and we're gonna continue it with our WrestleMania Spectacular. Everyone here, the main event. Before we go, I'll shout out everyone. Rick's gonna have Beach Blast coming up soon. The biggest party of the almost ending summer.
We're gonna end summer off with a high note. Ain't that right, GM?
End summer off with Beach Blast. Check it out. Honestly, I really recommend a lot of RCCW stuff. I also recommend GM stuff. He did the Sunset and Twilight promo everyone talks about.
He's also gonna do the promo. He's gonna do the opening.
I don't
introduction.
push that as much. Simply for the fact of, I made it for him, He
also does PWA. Check him out. Braden's here. Say hi to Braden, everyone. Now say goodbye to Braden.
He didn't say anything.
Check out Bruno. Bruno makes his own little green screens and his funny Wattpad stories.
Oh, very. Check out What If Spider-Man Fights the American Psycho, baby.
All on Wattpad, and check out Liam. He's the dude who uploads the AEW songs for all you fucking retards. No, he's not uploading Brian Cage's theme. No, he's not going to re-upload the Acclaim's theme.
Why not? I just wanted to hear the Confederate flag blasting in Brian Cage's background.
If I was,
and of course, you know me.
That I'd upload the narrative soundtrack.
And of course, you know me. I run FXWF on Wattpad, SWA, SWNXT, Rocker. You know, get the fucking drill. We gotta end this because it's an hour. It's gonna take a long time to process.
Time to wrap it up.
This is time. So, does anyone have any final words they'd like to say?
Yes.
There we go. Just like that, we've been age restricted.
Oh yes, and by Chad's Ranch. No, we're gonna add the come fuck at the end of the video in order to get age restricted. But no.
And yes, purchase Chad Andrews' Raging Ranch. Before you ask, no, it's not a real thing.
It tastes like water.
No, it doesn't.
Anyway.
There goes GM stealing Status's jokes.
Yes, thank you all, and we hope you.
This is not here to promote his joke, therefore I will make it my joke.
We want to thank you guys for watching and hopefully understanding.